Hey Carlos, good start here. Your masks look pretty sloppy here. Need to really get rid of all this background, but I'm glad that you're using layer masks. That's kind of a big thing, but really isn't acceptable. It needs to be cleaned up a little bit more than this. It doesn't need to be perfect at this week, but needs to really be a little bit more tidy than this. You've got a lot of the car parts missing because they were, deleted. So in terms of suggestions, I'm going to first put this in a folder so I can move it. And the way you do that, you just select the layers and you click the folder. I think it's a little bit big for the picture plane, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. What I'm seeing with this, well, this shouldn't be distorted either. You've got it kind of smashed down, so it's not the correct ratio on the proportion. So I definitely fix that. You've got the robot body. I would use less of the robot. It still looks pretty much like a robot. You could use something else for legs. The boat and the car kind of just look like they're stuck there. They don't really feel like they're integrating with the rest of it. It looks pretty rushed. Let's see here. Yeah, you just posted it today. That's usually the case. Usually late posts tend to kind of be rushed because I know you probably didn't have enough time. So I would suggest a little bit more work on this. You can rotate these parts, you can move them around, but I think you need some more objects to make this really work. And again, I posted a lot of examples, so I would suggest having a look at those as well. I probably went over all of these with you earlier. Whoops. So again, the idea here is to create, well, number one, you want to create a portfolio piece, but you also want to get a decent grade. So notice how the different sides of this printer, and again, most of them aren't really head-on. They're side views, another side view. Here's a computer one, and just notice how the different parts integrate with each other, and they really work to make a really, caricature that has unity. So again, I would really spend a little bit more time. You can always repost. Also at the top here, you probably haven't viewed it, I posted, where is it? Dun, 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 dun. I posted this video about what works and what doesn't. I would really suggest viewing that. It should really help out. But the main thing really is just spend a little bit more time. Allow yourself a little bit more time, because you're going to end up losing points for it being late and for just not meeting the specs. Again, I also post a rubric, so it's a really good idea to look to see what is expected here. If our objects work together in a cohesive way, each object appears to have a natural transition, and so on. Okay, so anyway, I like what you've got so far, but I would suggest incorporating the changes that I just mentioned. Okay.